So I woke up bright and early today to...
What are you doing?
A letter.
May I? Dear Dolores, sometimes you remind me of a house.
You know this is pathetic, right?
Put this down. The distance between us is breaking my spirit. Falling in love with you
Was the easiest thing I have ever done. P.S. Kiss the kids.
that's like clinging a cowbell at the end of Shostakovich's 7.
That's good.
It's perfect, Tony.
Come on, get out now.
You never win with violence. You only win when you maintain your dignity.
You don't know your own people. You, Mr. Big Shot, doing concerts for rich people.
So if I'm not black enough, and if I'm not white enough, then tell me, Tony, what am I?
Anyone can sound like Beethoven. But your music, what you do, only you can do that.
So I woke up bright and early and went and saw the 10 a.m. screening of Green Book today. It is my most anticipated movie of 2018. As soon as I saw this trailer, I knew this movie was going to be special. First of all, it's starring Mahershala Ali, one of the best actors in the game doing it. This guy, everything he's in is amazing. He's one of the greatest actors out right now. He definitely deserved that Academy Award last year. Green Book is directed by Peter Farrelly. Now, Peter Farrelly has made a lot of movies. He's made some good ones. He's made some bad ones. He's made such classics as Dumb and Dumber, Me, Myself, and Irene, one of my guilty pleasures, Shallow Hal. Not the most PC movie these days, but still makes me laugh. He's also made such dumpster fires as Movie 43 and Dumb and Dumber 2, if you remember that fucking awesome movie. But I was very surprised on what he did with this movie. I've never seen Peter Farrelly make a movie like this. This movie had so much emotion, so many good characters, so many good things to say. I really appreciate this. This isn't a run for the Oscars, I guarantee it. I knew it as soon as I saw the trailer. This was going to be one of them. The story is about two people from two different worlds. We've seen a movie like this before, but not in this sense. It's definitely race related, but it does it in such a way where it's not knocking you over the head. It's really, the core of the movie is about friendship and how you can find friendships from two different worlds. Mahershala Ali is a pianist, a great pianist, very well respected where he's from. Victor Mortensen, which is Tony Lip, he is just a hard-headed guy who can just beat the shit out of anybody. He's a bouncer at the Copa, and it just really has a great. There's a lot of differences in these guys. This guy is just hustling to make it. So basically, the movie is Mahershala Ali's character, Dr. Shirley, needs a driver for his road trip down south. Tony Lip is what they call him. He is the best choice, and Mahershala Ali's character has been getting all these calls about how good he is. Well, he comes from, of course, an Italian family who's not really, they don't really get along with black people that well. They see them as lower. There's a scene at the beginning of the movie that's just like, wow, you really get how he really feels about these people at the beginning. But he needs the money. He's down on his luck. Doesn't have a job for the next 2 months, so he ends up taking the job, and they take this music tour down south. Most of the time I have problems with these movies because they try to knock the racism over your head, like try to make it like everybody's evil and everybody else isn't evil. They didn't do this with this movie. They showed that there is evil people, good people, and people that don't understand, or people that are stuck in their ways. This movie takes comedy, drama, and emotion and mixes it into one, and they do it so well. Peter Farrelly, like I said, I didn't expect this out of him. He made a movie that moves you and makes you think about what's going on. Makes you think about everything. I saw a lot of reviews that said, oh, they're not thinking about the climate we're in today. We're not talking about the climate we're in today. We're talking about right now. or the time they were in. That's what we're talking about. And at that time, it was messed up, especially in the Deep South. And Mahershala Ali's character almost seems naive because he makes all these terrible decisions and goes out on his own and just doesn't understand. But he's such a complex character because he's known for his music. People appreciate his music, but race-wise, whites don't accept him, and even his own people don't accept him because he's such a class act. He's played piano his whole life. He lives on top of a theater in this great suite. He has all this great stuff around. I don't think he knew what he was getting into. But Victor Mortenstein, his character didn't really understand either, and he plays the simpleton so well because this guy, he's such an idiot, but it's so charming the way how dumb he is. You know, like there's a scene that really shows what I'm talking about because he's writing a letter to his wife. Mahershala Ali's character is listening to him write these letters, or asked her to read the letter, and it was really funny. There's a scene where he misspelled something. I was cracking up. I said, "Wow, this is how simple this guy is." But it was also a good thing to show how eloquent Mahershala Ali's character was. You know, he was so smart, and the scene where he's helping him write this letter was so funny, but so heartwarming too because he just knew what to say, and he knew how to teach this guy how to write these letters to his wife, and that kind of brings them together in a way. But there was some continuity errors in this movie that I definitely had to point out. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but there's a few moments in the movie where Mahershala Ali's character gets beat up, and he's got scars on his face and stuff. Look, I've been punched in the face too many times to count. And this guy heals like Wolverine. I mean, it was like one show he's got stuff all over his face, next show he's perfectly fine. And I kind of laughed about that, but it was a minor thing. And another thing that I thought was really funny was Mahershala Ali's not playing the piano. I'm sorry. It's really obvious. I mean, they did the best they could, and I think they did a really good job, but it's pretty clear how they did it. But I do appreciate that detail that they put in it. They wanted, because most movies you see people playing the piano, it's just them on the other side of the piano. You can't see their hands. It's just making them look like, but they made a point to make it so it looks like Mahershala Ali's playing the piano. Very great, by the way. And I really do appreciate that, but he ain't playing that piano. But like I said, the acting in this movie is impeccable. All the lead characters, all the side characters have their part. They do a very good job at this. I love everybody that's in Victor Mortensen's family. They did a really good job. It's like an Italian family. They really played it off and stuff. But one thing I gotta say about this movie is it is so heartwarming, and it is the perfect movie for the holidays to just bring it together. It has a little Christmas thing in there. But just to bring everybody together and just realize anybody can be friends. Anybody can, if we just learn a little bit about each other, we can get along. I really like that. And like I said, it didn't beat you over the head with it. It wasn't like everybody's evil, everybody's good, all that stuff. It was like, man, these people went through something, they took a chance, and they ended up being great friends. And the fact that it's based on a true story was even better. Because I was watching it and I was like, man, this is crazy. But then you realize it's really based on a true story, and these were real people. And a lot of these things really happen. Especially in that time, it's really moving, and it really pulls the heartstrings on you. And by the end of this movie, I was highly satisfied. So, for the Green Book, I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 8. Fire.
I don't get it. How does he smile and shake their hands like that?
Because it takes courage to change people's hearts.